Good evening. My name is Stephanie Valencia, and my topic for today is technology dividing families. With the time, technology has been a huge help in the way the world is changing. It seems to be that we never be able to have the newest phone, the newest TV, the newest MD3, newest car. Everything keeps changing very constantly. But until which point are we willing to allow technology and all these companies get the money out of our pocket? Let's not say only out of our pocket, but separating us from our families. We continually are in the TV, watching TV, in our phones, listening to music, but how much do we pay attention to what's around us? Let's start by looking at ourselves in a very detailed way. What do? What's the first thing you do when you wake up? Probably get your phone, turn off your alarm, get on your cell phone, start rolling up and forward, looking at through social media, looking at pictures, looking at the news. How much time do we really spend by thanking God or just waking up and saying, thank God it's another day. Let me set up my agenda. Let me see what's exactly going on for today, instead of wasting our time in our cell phones. We turn off the alarm. We're still scrolling around the phone into its almost time, or we're almost late, and we basically run it throughout our morning. So that's basically the way our day starts. We're running around. We don't even get time to sit down, relax, think through all the day, drink coffee, eat breakfast the way it should be. No, because we're always just running around, spending time like crazy in our phones, and then all of a sudden we're running late for everything. Then we get to work or school. And what we do, the first time we do, is sit down, and for instance, we have to scroll through our phones. It just becomes a certain nature that we have to be in our phones all the time instead of paying attention what's around us. Have you ever seen someone in their phone that they even walk in and do not even say good morning, do not even say how your day is going? I quite remember this used to happen before. When I used to live in Colombia, this used to be the way I used to do. When I used to be in high school, no cell phones were allowed. Everyone would say good morning. Everyone would say, how was your day? How was your morning going? Now, not so much. We only see everyone walking around with their phones in their hands, and we barely pay attention to who's around us. We barely pay attention to exactly what's going on around us. Let's start by changing some habits. Let's start by thinking and rethinking the way we do things so often. Enjoying what's around, enjoying nature, saying good morning, saying good night, saying good afternoon. It's just certain things that we have to change and look inside ourselves and see how often are we doing things with people. How often are we really thinking and taking our time to sit down with someone and ask them how their day is going. It's just that simple. It's just as simple as taking time for us, as meditating within us, as knowing that we should be able to just look at our phones whenever it's needed, whenever we have some information to check, whenever we need to make a really phone call. It's just things like that. But it has come to the point where it's been even dangerous for us to have a phone in our hands. Did you know that 94% of the teenagers admit that to text and drive, and 24 of them have been in fatal accidents? This is crazy. We're not even taking care of our own lives and who's around us. We're not even rethinking that if we text and drive, we could literally kill people. We could kill ourselves, and we can involve our whole family into a big circle that it's just not necessarily, as long as we pay attention and we just back up a little bit and we rethink what we're doing. Being able to drive is a big responsibility. Being able to drive with our phone in our hands is just immature. We need to grow up as an adult. We need to be able to rethink and see that if we're driving, we should not be able to text. So the whole point of this speech is to invite you all to rethink the way we're living nowadays. We're living through our cell phone, we're living through our TV, we're living through our iPad, we're living through our computer. We're not currently living through ourselves and our family and our friends. We're not spending that much time with them. We go into a restaurant, and the first thing we see is a 12-year-old kid, a 15-year-old kid, and their parents, and unfortunately they're all on their cell phones. There's no more time to communicate. There's no more time to talk to one another and letting them know, how is your day going, how is things going, what's gonna happen. I mean, it's just a family talk. It's just that simple of a family talk. But nowadays, a cell phone and a text message is more important than anything else. So my invitation to all of you, and the message that I want to leave out there for all of you, It's to rethink the way we're doing things, to enjoy nature, to enjoy what's around us. It's just so beautiful to wake up and look around and see that we're alive, that it's another day, and that we don't have to get to work without even knowing how we got to work, because all the time when we're driving, our cell phone was in front of us. All the time we were in class, our cell phone was in front of us, and we don't even know what happened in the class. We don't even know what the teacher talked about. We don't even know what happened at work, what the meetings were, because the cell phone took most of our time. So let's enjoy more the gift of life. Let's enjoy less the gift of technology. Let's use technology exactly for that, just to make our lives a little bit easier, not to make our lives a little bit harder. Let's just make sure we are simply going into this deeper thing of technology, that it's involving us into a whole different world that it's not needed. So let's take that message into consideration. Let's go home tonight. Let's wake up tomorrow morning saying good morning, how are you? Let's focus more on who's around us and who can help us more, and maybe we can end up learning more about life and who's around us, instead of checking into social media, checking into a whole bunch of popular people that they don't even have any common sense in their lives. They're not even anything important in our lives. They're not even giving us anything positive. It's just negative stuff that we build in our mind constantly, instead of focusing and building ourselves and becoming better every day without having the need of having our phone in our hands every single day. Thank you. Like I said, my name is Stephanie, and I really hope this message gets through all of you, because I know this is an issue that we have it in society very often, that I currently see it every day wherever I go. So let's focus more on ourselves, our family and friends, and not so much on technology.